Hello YouTube, this is Captain Omni, and welcome to a new segment on this channel called How I'd Write It. Now, basically what this would be is, if I was put in charge of a character in a comic character, like given a series to work with, basically how I would write them, not so much what a story arc would be necessarily, but basically like, how I would handle the character themselves. So, and as you can tell, we're starting off with the Incredible Hulk. Now, the Hulk is one of my all-time favorite superheroes. Really, the Hulk family in general, like Hulk, She-Hulk. They're all very much, really all around my top favorites. Hulk's on my top favorite Marvel heroes. She-Hulk's is actually my favorite female superhero. So yeah, anyway, this would be, my take on how I would, write the Hulk. Now, the Hulk has always been, like, one of those very interesting characters, because you can always, like, if a writer oftentimes a writer will come along and just, like, put their own spin on the Hulk. Greg Pak, ended up making the Green Scar for, a World War Hulk, and, Planet Hulk, World War Hulk, that, and, because, all the Hulks stem from Bruce Banner having dissociative identity disorder, or what used to be called multiple personality disorder. Which is why, he has multiple personalities, but, characters like She-Hulk don't. Well, characters like She-Hulk don't have them when written well. Thank you, Jason Aaron. Oh, boy. Okay, that's a rant video for another time. But basically, how I would write the Hulk is, I would introduce the idea that the Savage Hulk, the classic purple pants wearing, Hulk smash, that Hulk. I would actually introduce the idea that, now, for the longest time, the idea has been that Bruce Banner's first alter/Hulk was the Devil Hulk. I would actually alter that slightly. Namely the fact that I would go back to the original idea that, yes, the very first Hulk was the manifestation of Bruce's repressed rage, and that would be, the Savage Hulk. However, I would also have it be that because Bruce did not necessarily like this aspect of himself, he kind of informs how the Hulk is. He sees the Savage Hulk as this rabid, savage, well, hence the name, beast, he's not that bright and everything, so that kind of has slowly, informed how he is. Except, some comic fans might remember that, originally the Green Hulk, or Savage Hulk, was not, savage, like the Green Hulk was fairly intelligent. I mean, he wasn't like Bruce Banner intelligent, super genius or anything, but, he was, essentially he had the Gray Hulk's intelligence with the Green Hulk's personality, and everything. He was a smart Green Hulk. Again, not super genius, but, more average intelligence, which kind of, separates him from, Banner. And for a while, this is known as the Gravage Hulk, because, kind of a combo of the Gray Hulk's intelligence and Savage Hulk's strength and green skin. However, after a certain time, that kind of idea kind of got dropped, and, we got the class, rawr, Hulk smash, Savage Hulk. How I would go is, Bruce not liking the Hulk on any level, kind of, start informing kind of how that Hulk was, so it's kind of, mentally causing him to, act more savage and brutish and caveman-like, because that's kind of the opinion Bruce held of him. Well, how I would have it here is, how I would write it is Bruce slowly starts realizing, that is ultimately my problem and our problem, really, referring to himself in the Hulk, that, he is essentially, he has been repressing and just, he realizes it's a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts. It's like the Hulk is out of control and, dangerous and causes damage because I assume and kind of think, that's what he's going to do. He's not necessarily giving the Hulk a chance, because really, if you look back, the Savage Hulk, yes, he causes a lot of damage, but he never attacks unless he's attacked, or unless he's faced with something that, he's fought before. It's like, Hulk, remember you? That kind of thing. Like, the Hulk, the Savage Hulk, just wants to be left alone. Like, hey, you leave me alone, I leave you alone. That's kind of the mindset the Savage Hulk operates on. So, yeah, since I've established that, the Savage Hulk is the Hulk. Anything else, there are multiple Hulks, but he's the Hulk for Bruce. And I would actually have it be where he ends up getting more intelligent. Where essentially, basically how I would have it is, Bruce Banner and the Hulk are both sides of the same coin, in the sense of both of them represent the human fight or flight response, instinct. Because Banner being the flight, in the sense of, okay, figure it out, get away from it, that kind of thing. Hulk obviously being the fight response, because once all of the flight options have been exhausted, then comes the fight, So, well, basically how it, again, I would really delve into the fact that, obviously some of the other Hulks in Bruce's mind would crop up, like, the Professor Hulk, Joe Fixit, even the Devil Hulk. But I would easily have it where, it's like, ultimately it's Bruce and the Savage Hulk kind of coming to a, understanding, even show the Savage Hulk getting more intelligent, because again, Bruce is like easing up on the whole, you're not a danger. I mean, you're dangerous, but you're not dangerous to innocent people. He's like choosing to trust the Hulk. He's giving the Hulk something that, the Hulk has never really gotten from Banner, and that is trust. It's like, yes, which it means, he's perfectly fine letting the Hulk, have the body, Hulk out, do whatever he wants, do stuff, and just they have a more cohesive, balance to them. It's like it's only ever Hulk or Banner, they get time to do what they want to do. They trade off. It's a matter of trust. In fact, if I was going to do a story arc, that would be the name of the first arc, with this take on Hulk, and that would be trust. It's because after all these years, I'll write it as after all these years, Bruce has finally realized that he needs to trust that the Hulk is going to do the right thing, because ultimately Bruce's problems numerous times over have been a lack of trust in himself, trust in the Hulk, trust in other people at times. And basically that's just how I would write it. It would that's how I would write the Hulk and Bruce Banner in this. Essentially just try to focus on, okay, I'm giving you a bit of a leash. Please don't choke me with it. That's kind of would be Bruce's operating mindset here. But anyway, hope you guys like this. Hope you liked this new segment. Plan to do a few more of these. So yeah, if you guys liked it, please comment below. Let me know. Leave a like and subscribe. And of course, this is Captain Omni signing off.